our discussion is really around Xiaomi, which is a mobile phone, tablet, and technology company based in China. And they've been widely regarded in the media anyway as the Apple of China. And that owes in part to the fact that they have a really inspirational CEO, a gentleman by the name of Lei Jun. But it's also a reflection of the fact that they've developed a really cool brand built around kind of youth, technology, and media. They're currently on a tear, right, in terms of sales growth in China. The reason that they're important in our discussion today is the fact that some of the innovations that they've done in building the brand in terms of focusing online with sales, branding, and customer engagement have led to what I think are going to be some more broad innovations in terms of branding, both in China but possibly globally. Xiaomi has taken digital-only, online-only sales approach. I think there's probably a little bit of offline sales, but the company line is that they're an online-only sales company, which means that they're using e-commerce channels like Tmall, JD, as well as using some social media channels. As part of that, they've discovered or hit on a way of doing that and managing those sales, and something that they call a snap up. They have regular weekly sales that I think take place every Tuesday, right? Inside of their own channel as well as Tmall. And they release a certain number of products, 100,000 or 200,000 every week. And that keeps kind of a regular flow. I think they learned early on with their sales online, if they release too much product at one time or have an open-ended sale, that they could get into trouble. A sale that they had last year for their discount phone, which is probably 1/8 the cost, 1/6 to 1/8 the cost of an iPhone. They had over 7 million people pre-ordered the phone, and that put them into some real trouble, right? Because they had huge back orders and they couldn't kind of fulfill on time, and they ran the risk of frustrating some of their customer base. So what they've turned to this year in particular is this kind of idea of snap-ups and regular flash sales. On their own kind of core e-commerce channels, every Tuesday they have sales of a limited number of products, which people have to register for and enter the sale. And there's a kind of game mechanism to doing that, whereby on Tuesday you would have 3 or 4 time slots which people participate to get into. And each of those time slot has an allotted kind of quota, if you will, of a number of phones. They're kind of managing the flow of those products throughout the day, so you don't have a rush of people crash a site or have people too frustrated. People know that they can come back at several other times, right? But once that quota is filled for any given slot during the day or for the whole day in total, then the sale ends. Especially with the release of new and hot products, they've been really innovative in the way that they use social media in China. So going into things like Qzone or WeChat, they've held sales there that take place. They're really big marketing events whereby over the period of a month, they announce a sale. 3 weeks away from the sale, they ask people to do a kind of pre-registration, link their bank card, okay? In the case of WeChat, people kind of make sure that their bank card is linked up and they're ready to participate. In some cases, 2 weeks out, they've asked people to make a small deposit. So it may be the equivalent of one US cent or something like that, or less. It gets people pre-committed to a sale and make sure that they're serious about the sale that would take place 2 weeks later. Fast forward 2 weeks to the actual sale. There's then an opportunity spaced out over 1 or 2 days, whatever the case may be, to enter into any of those time slots and participate to get in. Once you're in the actual time slot, you have the kind of free and easy opportunity to buy that phone, tablet, or whatever the case may be, bundle that with full price product or apps from their app store. Because there's regular contact week after week where people have to take some small action to keep participating, it creates a habit and a frequency of dialogue between the customer and the brand. So there's a really nice kind of branding effect that goes beyond the one-time flash sale, if you will. Xiaomi's strategy is a solution that I think had the opportunity to be uniquely developed in China. Xiaomi has taken a different point of view in trying to step on side with Chinese consumers and making sure that they're supportive of where they're at. Okay, certainly Apple and the iPhone very popular in China, but at a price point of 6,000 RMB or more, it's a phone that the average office worker in a lot of cities across China, it's a bit of a stretch for them to buy that. It represents a relatively high proportion of their monthly income. Consumers in China see them as a company that is on their side and producing a product that's really high quality but great value and fitting with where they're at. And it gives them access additionally to an app store and a set of products that carry with it a little bit of brand prestige as well, right? Inside of the e-commerce shop of Xiaomi, you're going to find interesting books from inspiring authors. I read recently that they're going to do co-branded products with like Victorinox, the Swiss Army knife people. So it's a place that has the potential to be this kind of cool ecosystem that, while not premium price, is very much in line with the average consumer in China, and that's important.
Thanks, Chris. Those are some wonderful insights on Xiaomi. Stay tuned for more from our Omnichannel Asia experts.